You're listening to the Media Man Dan podcast. Let's rock! What's up, guys, and welcome back to Music Man Dan. Thank you guys so much for tuning back in to another awesome reaction. Today, I am checking out the brand new album. Just kidding, not the album, the entire discography of the band Scarlet, Siren. They are an awesome band from California, much like Against the Sun and Jason Vilches and Breaking Serenity, and they all happen to know each other. Like, it's a small world after all. Don't sue me, Disney. Let's jump into this and let's rock! Diffused Default. I am absolutely in love with this so much. The piano of this is just so mesmerizing, man. It just goes so well with everything. Oh, I love this. And the bass, of course, let's not forget them. They're amazing as well. Oh man, the slow-mo. Oh yes. Oh yeah! Fucking awesome! What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Media Man Dan podcast. Today, I have an amazing band with me, and when I say amazing, I mean spectacular. We're talking to Scarlet Siren from the southern area of California. I'm going to be talking to Katie, Rachel Manriquez, who you might have heard on the Breaking Serenity album that you also need to check out the reaction for, talking to Mario, and I'm talking to Raul. These incredible members are all fantastic. Fan unfortunately couldn't show up, but she is phenomenal as well. Welcome, Scarlet Siren, to the podcast. How are you doing today?
What's up, man?
We're doing great.
Fantastic. We're just excited to talk with you and tell you our story.
Yes.
Absolutely. And shout out Dylan, too.
Oh,
Amazing
Dylan, yes,
drummer.
Dylan, our drummer,
Our
Dylan,
drummer
of
too,
course.
Dylan.
He's
He could've
Who
made it.
needs drummers, right? They only like put the song together.
I got a Digitech pedal board and it has some primo pre-sample beats. So
Ooh.
I got my Casio.
I got a
I'm just kidding.
That's all you need. You need the Casio, yes.
God, no, never ever.
shout out Dylan.
Yes.
But
Dylan
shout out to
and
Dylan as well. My bad. I should have asked for the extra
Okay.
member's name. Yes, yes. You guys have 6 members now.
We do.
That's incredible. That's so much stage space. My gosh, there are some places that are around my house that nobody would fit. They'd be like, "Oh, can we squeeze closer together?"
I get on Katie's shoulders. Sometimes Fan is on Roll's back. I mean, we make it work.
Yeah. You have to hope that the stage is raised too, because you'll just get stuck in the crowd and they'll be like, "Wait, who's playing? Who's playing? What?"
Wireless mics are
Yeah.
for, right?
2 of us are in the pit playing. It's okay.
Absolutely. So this is now going to be taking place after Christmas. So let me know what your incredible Christmas plans are for this year, if you celebrate.
For myself, I'm just spending time with family, my girlfriend, my close ones. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Nothing too big. Last year, I traveled out of state, but this year I think I'm just staying in and enjoying the scenes around the local spots. You know, nothing big.
Awesome.
It's my baby's first Christmas.
Oh,
Sorry, I'll throw that in there.
Congratulations to them. They won't even know about it.
She's only 4 months old, so there's no way she's gonna remember. But no, just family Christmas Eve. I'm with my husband's family. Christmas Day, we'll keep it small, and no, just keeping it chill. We're supposedly having a colder Christmas this year in the low 60s.
The 60s.
I know, isn't that cute?
Oh my gosh. How are you going to last? You might need a parka.
Like
yes.
So it'll be nice. Yeah, we will be wearing sweaters and jackets because we're Californians, we get cold.
Meanwhile, I'm like 40 degrees. Wow, t-shirt already.
Exactly. T-shirt, shirt, sandals.
Very different experience from California to Chicago, but that's so exciting. I love that you guys are both having these nice little celebrations together with your families and loved ones. That's what matters most around the holiday time. How about you, Katie?
I am actually going to go see a show at the District with Where It Lies and Slanderous in Redlands. It is going to be super fun on the 21st.
Oh my gosh. That's so epic. That's only 2 days away now.
Oh yeah, no, I'm going to be rocking out this year. So
yeah, I'm so excited. If I can, I will have all of the footage randomly popping up on screen right here. All right. And Raul, what is your plan for this wonderful holiday?
Not too different from everyone else. Just staying home with the family. Yeah, I come from
Excellent.
a pretty big Mexican family, so I'm gonna have about 3, 4, 5 dozen people in my house.
Oh my goodness. You're gonna enjoy the workout after that because that's a lot of food.
Yeah.
That's a straight up fiesta.
That is a fiesta.
Yes, it is.
You need a siesta after your fiesta.
Yeah.
All right. So, what are you guys super duper excited for when it comes to holidays? Like, what is like your favorite holiday?
Halloween. I love Halloween.
Yes.
Yeah. That you get, dressed up, you get messed up. You can't go wrong with that.
That sounds
Rachel's
like
dying. Rachel's dying.
that sounded like snitches get stitches kind of thing. You get dressed up, you get messed up, bro.
I think I love Halloween as my favorite holiday, but I just love all the metal Christmas jingles that come out every year. Though.
That is true.
Isn't that just awesome?
Let it go.
Yeah. August Burns Red used to like put out another Christmas album like every single Christmas.
Mario, you know what's up, man. Absolutely. Yes. I will find more artists for you to get into though, because I have like a long playlist you got to check out of like Christmas metal, punk, and rock. So that's gonna be fun.
That sounds like fun.
Sure.
Awesome.
I'm a family holiday type of person.
Raul just likes to chill
Like
with the homies.
Thanface and
You
Christmas
just
are
like
my
the food.
favorite.
Gotcha.
It's not even that.
I'm
It's,
just kidding,
it's
I'm
just
kidding.
I just have the it's food, yeah, because tamales.
I picture you sitting in front of a fire with like a Snuggie on, a tamale in your hand, and then like some Frank Sinatra playing in the background. Just like
But it's like a velvet
fire
snuggie.
crackling back
The
there
velvet snuggie, the
Yeah, it's a
fanciest of all
velvet
snuggies.
with a Hugh Hefner like Snuggie.
It's like,
There's Snuggie.
I have a
That's not a
snuggie.
brand right now. That should be.
I don't think it would because wasn't he like Hugh Hefner like a smoker and Snuggies are extremely flammable?
That makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense.
How would you know that? Though?
Didn't you tell me?
I love this.
Oh, you told me.
So Raul is known for being in Snuggies. Is this a common
No.
thing?
No,
Oh, it's so true.
It started right
never owned
now.
one.
Really? I have one. You wanna use it? I'm not even joking. I actually have a snuggie with penguins.
Sam
on it.
really wants me to get a snuggie, matching one with her.
You should add a pillow pet to that.
Don't worry,
It's a
she has
pillow.
squishmallows.
It's a pet. It's a pillow pet. No, am I the only one that knows the jingle? Okay.
No.
Okay.
Best jingle ever.
Yeah. Careful, my age is showing. My favorite holiday. It's something like a mosquito. I'm lame. I really love Christmas. I like Halloween too, but I feel like as I get older, people coming to my door, like it's actually kind of cool. When I first got my house, I was like, oh my god, Halloween! I get to give candy to trick-or-treaters, and it was really really cool until the people come up with their babies and they have like a little bag and they look adorable, but I'm like, what's a 3-month-old gonna do with this candy? And you know that dad that's holding the baby is gonna eat it all. And it's like, at least give it to your 6-year-old. No, he's keeping it.
That's how adults get away with trick-or-treating these days. They send the
Exactly.
kids
They
that are
look
too
at
young to
candy
understand.
and
Yeah.
make sure there's no drugs.
Make sure there's no razors, no razor blades. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh yeah, that was the thing. Huh?
I forgot that was a thing.
Right. I particularly like Christmas. My husband and I, we always go look at Christmas lights. He proposed to me around then. We looked at Christmas lights. And last night, Katie lives with me, by the way, and we're at my house right now, and we heard all this honking. Like, what the hell is that? What's all this honking in our neighborhood? We look out, it's a Jeep club, and they decorated their cars. They're all like wrapped in Christmas lights.
Oh
And
my
there's,
god.
like the big
Like a
off-road things on them and stuff, and it's a caravan. There was like 30 cars that came through here, all lit up and just honking for everybody to see them. And it's like, it's stuff like that. It's just like, oh, it's Christmas time. People are kinder. I don't know.
It's funny.
That
I had
is
no
true.
idea what it. I had no idea what it was, and I was literally gonna open my window and yell, "Get the hell out of here!" Until I saw it was a parade. I'm like, oh, what the heck?
It was
Okay.
like 7, 8 o'clock, or it's like 7 o'clock at night. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's awesome though. I've never heard of such spirit, especially coming down my street. There's really not much going on. We usually are shoveling snow. But no, that's awesome. I also enjoy the Christmas time for the looking at lights. We had that as a family growing up. My mom would always be like, let's go down this random street and see how people decorated. And you always look for the people that overdo it. But when you were saying about the proposal part too, that's also very relatable to me because 5 years ago, yeah, This Christmas 5 years ago, I proposed to my fiance in a gazebo with Christmas lights around it, and I didn't plan on the Christmas lights. I knew the gazebo part, but it was extra special, and it does remind me of that great moment.
That's so sweet.
That sounds like something out of a movie, man.
Oh, it's definitely it's on my Facebook actually. I'll send that
I'll go
to you
find
guys.
it. I'm gonna search for it. I'm like,
Rachel's gonna be
So many
stalking you.
awes,
Yep.
yeah. They're like, oh,
Lifetime movie event.
Hallmark. No, I like that. Lifetime. Yes, let's bring back Lifetime. Lifetime doesn't need to be a murder mystery. It can be a Christmas movie.
metal Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Yo, they need to make a metal Christmas movie, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Heavy Metal Christmas.
Actually, you know what movie I saw last night? I saw a movie called The Mean One, and it's made by the same people that made the horror Winnie the Pooh film.
Oh no.
You gotta look it up. It's The Grinch, and it's a murder. Oh, it's crazy. It's so bad, dude. It's so bad.
Mr. Grinch.
Yeah,
Winnie the
definitely
Pooh,
B-rated.
Blood and Honey. A movie
Yes.
I will avoid at all costs just by the fact that I've heard all the critics say there's no relation to anything going on in Winnie the Pooh. It's just a bunch of people in masks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's weird, dude.
But this one, the guy actually looked like the Grinch.
He
Right?
did look like the Grinch.
Like Jim Carrey's Grinch or like a different
Yeah.
Grinch?
No, they totally they did a whole Jim Carrey thing for it.
And they made it a horror, like really gory, violent, crazy,
Oh, yeah.
low budget. Oh man.
Yeah, 100%. There's a lot of cherry pie filling involved.
I'll be right back.
You know the actual substance they use to make blood. That's amazing.
Oh, 100%.
Let's talk about music. And each member, I want to know your story on why you are part of this band.
He is a good.
You are a very good interviewer. Well, I will start.
Ominous.
Rachel and I originally started this group back in 2019.
19.
Yeah. We were in another group called Reclaim the Sky. We had different we got to a point where we had different ideas for what we wanted to do music wise. And so yeah, we took off.
Well, no, actually, we brought in Raul and
Yeah,
we
brought in
brought in Fan because we needed a new vocalist. And then we found Raul. And then a week later, we said, hey, we're going to create our own thing. Would you
I
like
found
to-"
you guys.
Oh, you did find us.
I found you guys.
And then we decided, the four of us, to go off and Katie and I's vision, what we wanted. And yeah. So sorry, I totally interrupted your story.
I was a
We
bandmate
have the same
in that
idea,
band for
dog.
like 5 days.
You were 5 days until the band got destroyed and then changed to a different band.
So it's really his fault, right? No,
I didn't do it.
no, it was just a differing of views, and yeah, and then but we realized that the music we wanted to make was more something that we just wanted to separate. Me and her, we've been best friends for 20 years, and finally we're like, let's make a band that's ours. You know, I mean, obviously with everybody in it, but like, not, hey, we joined this person's band or this person's band. Let's create like our own vision of what we would like, and bring people of like a like-minded mind set.
And then we formed this, and we've been rocking ever since for that.
Yeah, and then myself, I've been in
I love his journey with us.
I've been in bands since like 2013, 14, couple bands here and there, but I've always known Katie and Rachel since like, man, yeah, like 2007 or 8. And oddly enough, I also met them through Nico. From Breaking Serenity. So
what are the odds?
We went to high school with Nico. So
yeah, and I was actually Nico's roommate for a couple years, and so that's how I kind of met Katie and Rachel and all the group. Then I was in a couple other bands for a while, and then I had this like giant metalcore itch, man, and I could not scratch it, you know. And these groups of musicians just brought it back out in me. I was like, this is what I was missing, this metalcore days and like these melodicness, and it was just so enticing. And so I joined the band when the opportunity came up, and it's been a blessing ever since, man. It's getting to play music with this group, and they're so talented, they're so funny. It's always some good vibes wherever we hang out, and there's always another story, another thing to think back upon when we hang out the next time, right?
That's true. I don't, and I will say that's my thing now. Mario was with us with Scarlet Siren from pretty much the get go because, like I said, like he said, we were friends, we hung out, but we jammed with him, and actually, the very first song we recorded as Scarlet Siren, which is not out anymore because just the we'll re-record it. He did the screams on it, and I think Katie did you did the bass. Katie did the bass, and he did the screams on it, and it was for our song "The Call," which we still perform. We just don't have a recorded version of it, really. And so he was there in those days just to help us out. And then our first music video, Lighthouse, he was helping our videographer. He was actually the lighthouse, the light moving in the background.
Oh,
I was actually the lighthouse.
He was the lighthouse. He did the audio at our House of Blues show. And he's played with other people. And it's just, he's always been such a great friend and a great support. And we wanted him in the band originally, but it just wasn't a good time. Mm-hmm. And then when we had the opportunity to snatch him up again, we snatched.
Yeah. So, yeah.
we actually like, please, we love you.
Yeah, I've been doing live sound. I'm an audio engineer on my day job, and I've been doing live sound for a long time. So especially when that opportunity came to do sound for y'all at the House of Blues, I was like, absolutely yes. Give me their soundboard and give me all the keys to everything. We're gonna make a rocking show, and we did. It was great. Oh my god, really cool. Such a great show. So.
Awesome. And yeah, I will definitely talk about your concert experiences as well, because you guys are so new, but you've had so much experience so far, especially in your own area. But you said that you're a sound engineer. Are you also working on the production for the next projects or singles?
No, we tend to send them out and have them done. I feel like if we do it all ourselves, we're just going to get too nitpicky and too lost in the weeds, and then it'll take forever to release anything. We do, at least on this last song that we're doing in this recording process that we're trying now, we are doing our direct in recordings, and then we'll send them out to get produced. And
to Brad Birdberry Music, Bradberry. I got to give him a shout out. He's done all of our
mixing, mastering.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you have a guy, and this is important for everybody that's a band out there, and you're like, man, I think I can do it all by myself, and everything's going to go perfectly, and my perfectionist brain won't get in the way at all. You're living a pipe dream. It's good to have collaborators. It's good to know people. Yes.
It's hard to split the difference between, not being attached to your music when you're trying to be a producer, and then trying to tread that line back over when you feel like something could be better. It's like, it's such a tedious thing to it's such a tedious line to write on. So it's always better to just have somebody who's completely wholeheartedly and impartial, set of ears.
Like, they have to love music. Some people just do it for the money. Oh, yeah, it's the truth.
Said my journey yet?
Yeah, you haven't said your journey.
Say your journey, Raul.
Your journey.
Yeah, my journey. I was a bedroom guitar player for about 12 or 13 years before I ran into them. I actually was actively looking for a band when I was 22, 23 years old, around that time. I found them, and then, as they said before, after I joined, they had their differences with their previous band. They broke off along with Fan, and then all this got started. I wasn't part of Scarlet Siren initially.
Okay.
Because, I wasn't. Yeah, things. And then I came back around, and now we've been 4 years going now.
Now we're family. 3, because it was the very end of 2019 that happened, and then 2020 we're like, this is our year, and we all know what happened in 2020.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it gave us a chance to write. We wrote like a lot during that time.
3 or 4 songs.
But that was rough. But
it was a very artistic period for a lot of people.
It was, and it was like the fear of meeting up as well. It's like we're trying to get through this, but there was the fear of can we even be together? You guys aren't my close circle or whatever it was. But
it was like a month and a half, almost 2 months after we took of being locked in our homes, when we decided to
Okay.
As long as we're careful and as long as we're respectful of each other's boundaries when it comes down to this situation, we'll meet up and we'll get stuff done.
Well, I'm glad. I mean, I know it's a horrible, horrible thing to say, but I'm actually glad that the pandemic happened because then everybody knows what Zoom is. And I never had another option to talk with people. And like I would talk on Instagram, live streams, stuff like that with everyone that was going through their situations, and everybody was available for the first time ever. Like if you were like, oh, I haven't talked to this family member in a while, no one was doing shit. Like I was an essential worker. I was working at a hotel. I was like, I doubt my friend's gonna be awake. It's 3 a.m. Let's see what they say. And they're like, yeah, what's up, bro? I'm like, oh, cool. Okay, cool. So yeah, now that I have this Zoom thing going, I can say that like it's a better thing that we all understood what kind of dire situation we were in, that we needed to communicate with each other in a different manner. And so we forced ourselves into this new technological revolution where we had to have camera conversations. And I mean, obviously it was mainstream as well. Celebrities were doing it like crazy. The freaking night hosts like Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon, they also took their shows home. Like I was like, I don't think you guys have to. Yeah.
The judges like judging from their homes. Like,
and then they have what, like the live studio audience is just a bunch of screens with a bunch of laugh tracks. I'm like, what is this?
They had to sing to somebody, so there's just like the crew that they were singing to. I remember that they kind of did a shot of like, this is what it really
or sporting events with nobody there. Other than the competitors, like MMA.
Did you see like the video game like NASCAR thing?
Oh my God.
What?
Yeah, back in COVID, they couldn't do actual NASCAR, so they all did it on the video games, and then they were like, they made it like actual NASCAR because it was COVID. We saw it when we were in Oregon at your parents' house.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Gran Turismo.
That sounds like Gran Turismo. I was gonna say that. It sounds just like the movie that just came out.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right. Best question when it comes to any singer, songwriter, guitarist, instrumentation kind of person. What made you like gravitate towards your incredible instrument?
I was given a choice. I was 6 years old back in the before times. BC, before COVID. No, I personally, I was 6 and my mom said, you're going to learn an instrument because you need to be busy. And it's guitar or piano. And my sister's 2 years older than me and she chose piano. So I chose piano because I wanted to be like her. And she was in it for a year and a half, wasn't her thing. And I stayed with it for the rest of my life. So that's how I got into piano. I've been in schooling. I mean, I took constant lessons. I wasn't one of those that just stopped and started. And then I went to college for music and well, up till recently, I teach piano. But then I got actually into because I was like, oh God, you can't be a keyboardist in a band unless you know you're like in the 80s, but or like a Phil Collins or something. But Katie actually was like, hey, I'm in this band Koa with Nico, and they're like, we'd love to have a keyboardist. I'm like, oh really? And it worked out. I was like, okay, I can do strings. This is cool. And so she actually got me into that, and then I saw really what metal could be because a lot of metalcore had backtrack keys. But nobody had a keyboardist because again, that's 6 people on a damn stage, man. Like it's a lot of people. We actually had 7 people at that point, but I digress. Yeah, that's how I got into it, and she brought me into the industry, not industry, the scene. Thank you, Derp. Into the scene, and I kind of been on that ever since. I was in that band, and then took a wild break, and then another band, and then this one. So yeah, that's me. That's my classic journey. Jazz. I'm also jazz trained as well.
What?
You're
just throwing that in there, like
throwing that in there.
I mean, I'm only a worldwide known artist. It's all right.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
You will be.
But I'm more of a classic trained artist. The lessons, the theory. Raul and I we have our conversations about theory. It's great. So yeah, that's me. Okay, bye.
Awesome. Okay, bye.
I actually started playing trumpet back in 6th grade, 6th to 11th grade. And then I chose playing guitar is because during marching band, we had our guitar player in jazz band got offered to play in the marching band, and he was doing some crazy like rock and roll solo. Joe, dude, he was bad. I was like, dude, I want to do that. So I asked my teacher, I'm like, yo, can I play guitar? I don't have one, but can I play it? He's like, yeah, if you can get one. So I told my mom that day. We went down to the music store and got a guitar, got lessons, and I just started in jazz. So just straight up. And then 7 chords. That's all I know. Yeah, I know nothing else but just like jazz chords.
When I first joined the band, the number one thing Rachel pointed out was, you really lean on a lot of 7 chords.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, and then our buddies Nico and Greg that were in Koa at the time, we would jam out like metal songs and stuff, and our band teacher would get so mad. Don't play this stuff in our room, this isn't the time for that. So we're just like, whatever. We're just jamming out, and then they're like, hey, come on to our buddy Nico's house. It's his birthday. We're hanging out. Bring your guitar and just jam out and see if you're interested. And I went down there and was just jamming out. And Nico was like, dude, you want to be in the band? I'm like, yeah, I don't know how to play metal. And he's like, we'll teach you. So that's how it all started.
It's not too far from jazz. I mean, there is a lot of improvisation that has to be involved with every instrument. And thanks to bands that I just reacted to, like Dream Theater, are absolute psychopaths, and they create some incredible music with just the most insane structures. I love it. I think it's awesome. And jazz does the same thing. Freestyle jazz is a highly recommended thing to get into if you want to get into, like, I guess, hardcore punk. I guess, yeah, Mario would probably know a little bit more about that as well, since he is a hardcore fan. But yeah, there's a lot of improvisation when it comes to how they play and how the structure of the song works. So I think the jazz, even though it's like discounted as the basic thing, is an awesome thing to get into. I have only choir experience with like church choir and school choir stuff, and it's mostly the Renaissancean, Mozart, Bach, Beethoven era of music, and that is very hard to work with the modern age.
Yeah.
unless you're like Nightwish or something. That's like that's right. Probably the best.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the reason I picked up guitar was because I was actually a Guitar Hero kid back in my middle school days.
Let's go.
Just naturally over time, I got into the music, and it was usually like, like AC/DC, Black Sabbath, and whatever else was on Guitar Hero at the time, Guns N' Roses. So I eventually, for one Christmas, I asked for a guitar, and just gradually over time and through high school, like I just dug deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into metal. They would know because they call me Wikipedia, because just about anything related to metal music from 1980 something all the way till now, I know something about.
That's
the names. God, he's like, oh, do you know? Just I'm like, who the heck's that? He's like, oh, that's the lead singer of Guns N' Roses. I'm like, oh shit, no.
So wait, when it comes to like your knowledge, I don't want to cut you off, but when it comes to your knowledge, do you have like this instant, like, I remember every album I've listened to, or like I remember everyone that's produced the album I've listened to? Because that's like really hard research.
It's both, and what it stems from is I'm a history nerd. I like knowing like why things are the way they are, like from then until this point. I like to understand who are the heroes to my heroes to my heroes.
Yes. That is the absolute best way of looking at music too. And that's how I actually started as well.
And funnily enough, I have a second journey, because I was only a guitar player up until the age of 17, 18, and then I started getting into vocals.
Oh, okay.
So that's another journey of itself, because the first person that really made me want to get into like extreme vocals of any sort was Matt Hafey from Trivium, Mitch Lucker from Suicide Silence.
Oh my God, yes.
CJ McMahon from Die Hard is Murder.
Okay.
Just more Mitch and CJ. They're, deathcore vocalists, very extreme.
Incredible vocalists, I should say. I think that Suicide Silence is the best deathcore band. I don't know if that's a popular mainstream thing to say, but I think that
it is.
Like, yeah, they matter more to the genre than most other bands. But that's awesome. So you had vocal work after your guitar time, and you latched onto this specific vocalist, Matt Heffy. amazing, absolutely amazing. I love his lower voice that works, even though he is a tenor. I think he's like a tenor too in choir standards, but he's pretty high. He can sing high, but he can also go down low to that really cool like theatrical voice. I love that.
For myself, I've played music since I don't know, I was like 9 or 10 years old. I picked up an acoustic guitar as my first guitar. I remember it was my dad's old Takamine acoustic guitar, and first song I learned was "Crazy Train" by Ozzy Osbourne, and it was just history after that. I just learned song after song. Then I got into band when I was in elementary school and high school. um, I don't know why, but it didn't click to me that I could play guitar in like marching band. So I never really tried, but I was more yeah, there was already like a couple guitar players like waiting too. So I was kind of like, I was like, I'm not gonna get it.
Yeah.
But so in like symphonic band, I started out with clarinet actually. Clarinet. And then my middle school teacher was like, "Oh, we need trombone players." So in middle school, I changed to trombone, and then I did trombone all through high school. I was in jazz ensemble after jazz ensemble. I ended up getting first chair in the jazz ensembles on my last 2 years, in junior year and senior year. We did some crazy things in high school, and we went to Hawaii. We played on Pearl Harbor. We did. We went
What?
to New York and we played on Carnegie Hall.
High school?
Yeah,
Great.
absolutely. Yep.
This is incredible.
Yeah, Santiago High School, Corona, California.
I was like,
Wow.
I played on the Titanic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a crazy
you were in
time.
the parish, huh?
Yeah,
That's why. Yeah, I know that.
Mr.
That's
Parrish
crazy.
and Mr. Dudek. Yeah, shout out to them. Taught me all the basic theory that I have since then forgot. But
Yeah, you don't easily
yeah,
lose it.
I just feel it now. If it sounds good, it feels good.
You think you could pick up a trombone and like play?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I miss trombone. I really do miss trombone. I remember me and my friend Scott. We held it down. I was first chair and he was bass trombone with the trigger.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, this ensemble was great. I'm telling you, man.
Parrish is a jazz guy too. He was.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah. I didn't continue on with any orchestra instruments after high school. I went straight into guitar. I was like, all right, and enough messing around. Let's get to what my real passion is. So guitar was always my main passion, and then vocals. I've been, my family jokes about crooners, and I think myself and my father are crooners. And if you know what crooners are, basically they're people who always have a jingle in their head, are always humming, or always just like singing a lick of a line of a song or anything. And it's just continuous, right? And one of my biggest vocal aspirations is to be kind of like Frank Sinatra. It's I mentioned him earlier because I love his music and I love his tonality, I love his delivery and just his swagger. And it was just always something that I looked up to. And he could say so much with saying so little.
Yep.
Right. It was so great.
true.
It was so great. But yeah, music has always been a part of my life. I've always wanted to have music be in my career or in anything I do, which is why I got into audio engineering. I've been doing live event production for about 15 years now. And I currently work at the university, the college university that I graduated from, giving back to the students there now, teaching them audio engineering and teaching them how to run shows on their own. So my life is music, man, and I love it. And everything from learning new bands to putting my students onto new bands, or vice versa, them telling me about bands that I've never heard. And now I'm like, wow, I am really old now. I've never heard of that band, but they kick ass. Thank you. So music has just been my passion, number one passion for all of my life.
Especially when they say, "Oh, you mean that 1990s band?"
Oh
the
no.
1980s.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm
come
so
on.
scared when it's gonna be like playing nothing but the oldies from the 90s.
No, they do that though.
Ah,
They already
man.
do that though. Yes, they say the late
Corn.
1900s.
The 1900s.
I'm not even kidding. These kids, mind you, these kids are born in like 2012. So.
Yeah, of course. The Gen Z of Gen Zs.
That's what we get for being born like at the later part. I guess it's our fault.
Well, speaking of getting old and having these incredible revelations about everything, I want to talk about Guitar Hero because Raul brought it up. Raul is the only person in this room that I can tell has no jazz history. So what is your favorite song?
That's actually not true.
Wait, what?
So I like all of them.
I was in drumline and percussion because
I just like everyone here. I was also in band in middle school and high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
I started off on the bass clarinet, then trumpet and French horn towards the end of high school.
Mellophone?
Mellophone is the marching
Yeah.
version of a French horn.
Mhm.
But yeah,
It was.
but yeah. Funnily enough, I was the only person in my band class that knew any like basic music theory. It got to the point where everyone just wanted me to shut up.
I'm kind of with him there though. They're like,
Can you read sheet music?
Not like Rachel can, like for piano and stuff. I can still read like for French horn or
just
B flat trumpet.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much all I can read.
It's a skill, man. It's still a
Don't
skill.
ask me to read classical freaking sheet music. I have no idea what to do with it.
Follow Mozart's runs. Those are hard.
No, but there should be.
Right?
I loved Guitar Hero. I could do guitar all day, and that's probably why I could never play guitar because my brain works like the piano, how the pitches go up, right? And that's what Guitar Hero does. Guitar Hero works like a piano for the most part. I am good. Thank you.
Do you put the guitar down like a piano?
I can play basic guitar, but it's just I understand the frets and how it's like piano, but it's different because of the way it like goes up this way, and the piano does this. Guitar Hero does that too, so it makes a lot of sense to me. You know, air guitar to metal or whatever. I can see Katie look at me when I'm doing that. She's like, "No, you would do like this," and I'm like, "Do do 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 do." She's like, "No, you go like do 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 do." Like, but I think we all love some Guitar Hero.
Yeah,
You kick butt.
Guitar Hero is better than Rock Band. I'm sorry. I'm gonna put it down right now. Guitar Hero is better than Rock Band, especially the drum set, dude.
All right, the debate begins.
Yeah.
Rock Band or Guitar Hero? Who's voting for what?
I don't remember which one it was, but whichever one this one was is the best one. Where they came out with Devil Wears Prada, came out with Des Moines. That was Guitar Hero or was that Rock Band?
That's Guitar
That's
Hero.
where I got introduced to Devil Wears Prada.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Yeah. I used to go to Warped
Wait,
Tour
no,
every
no, I
single
knew
year.
that.
Devil Wears Prada was a DLC for Guitar Hero, dude.
There it is.
World Tour, dude.
There it is. With Roots
DLC?
Above and Branches Below, I think that album. Yeah. That was such a good album. And when that was put on Guitar Hero, I remember me and my brother playing that song
Same.
and all the songs of Devil Wears Prada over and over and over again. They had, did Guitar Hero have the mic too at that point?
Yeah, it did.
Oh my God. I was like destroying that microphone. I was like spitting in it, like flailing it around like they do when they like tape the microphone and then like flail it around. I was hitting things, breaking pictures, not even caring.
You're all
but
trying to
that's metal,
resell
you
it
know?
back to GameStop. Do you guys take this?
It's defective.
My brother's on the drum set and like just causing havoc and mayhem and nailing every single note. It's just like
You know how they have
poetry,
like
you know?
the second pedal that you could do for double bass? It never worked. Katie went through like 3 or 4 of them. So what she did is she just took the one pedal and made it go sideways and put 2 feet on it.
That heel toe.
Yeah, it totally worked.
It worked. It worked.
That is a cheating way, but it works. That's just like Guitar Hero, where you have somebody who's just holding one note the whole time, the orange key or blue key, and you're just strumming. You're just strumming. That's all you got to do. Just strum on the right rhythm, and you're good.
Cheaters. Expert level or go home.
Yeah, exactly right. We're not competitive at all.
We're not easy or medium shaming anyone. But let's step
Expert
it up
only.
So, what was one of your favorite songs from Rock Band or Guitar Hero that you just were like hooked on? You couldn't stop playing it.
Bullet song. What was the bullet?
Oh, yeah. Scream Aim Fire.
Yeah, Scream Aim
Yes,
Fire.
that was a
Yeah,
good
that
one.
one
Scream Aim Fire was on it.
What? Always the Dragon Force song.
Yes.
Fire,
Yes.
I
To the
never,
fireplace.
if I could never pass it unless if I was on party mode because there was just that one part I could never. Oh, because my hand would be dying. I'm like, yeah, my hand would just like freeze, and we would be done. And like, do you remember you played Guitar Hero so long? I don't know if you experienced this. The walls would move. When you look away and like the walls would kind of move up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the optical illusion. Oh yeah, we could go for hours.
Way long enough.
But it's a Screaming Fire, and then the Fire and Flames, and the Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah. Wasn't there a Slipknot song or no?
There was.
Oh yeah, it was.
Was it Duality or no?
No.
Oh yes. Before I forget. That was a good one too.
Raul is absolutely the Wikipedia.
I told you, we call him Wiki.
So good.
Wiki.
And I'll be happy to know that was brought up.
What about your favorite song?
My favorite song to this day is my favorite guitar song, Cliffs of Dover by Eric Johnson.
Oh yeah.
Just hearing that intro in like the loading screen to get ready for your next song, I was like, oh, what is this? And so I got into it a lot later, and I was like, wow, this is the best melodic song I've ever heard in my life. And that might still stand as like my favorite melodic song. I can't think of anything that's more catchy and fun and extremely hard to sing. If you've ever tried to do the vocals of the guitar that's on that, it's so much swinging up and down. It's crazy.
That's actually pretty on par with Cliffs of Dover. Surfing with the Alien by Joe Satriani.
Oh yeah, my least favorite was Freebird.
No,
that's
whatever.
Because for like 20 minutes. Wow.
And then you get all the way to the solo and you mess up and you gotta do it all over again.
Because there was no party mode. It was just like you have to do it, or they like they boo you off stage.
Yep.
And you go through. It feels like 20 minutes, and then you get to the solo thing, and you die.
It makes you want to fail on purpose. It makes you just want. Yeah, I know the song sucks. No, just kidding. It doesn't suck.
It's a great song. It's a beautiful song.
That's a great song.
But playing it on Guitar Hero, I wanted to throw it out the window.
No.
The other day, the radio, and I had to turn it off, and I'm like, okay, it should be over by now, right? I go back to the station, it's to the solo, and I'm like, no, okay, I can't.
It's been 3 hours. How is it still going?
Yeah. It came. Oh my god, yeah! It came on the radio when I went to my daughter's. Well, it's weird to say. Sorry, my daughter's doctor appointment, and I went back in the car. And it was still on.
Oh
I had to wait because I was a little too early. I went back in the car. But anyways, no, it's triggering. I didn't realize that the song is like triggering. Yeah. I know, word, but it was it just because I'd fail on it every time. Okay.
That game is giving people PTSD just for that song alone. I thought it was Through the Fire and Flames.
Blood.
Yeah.
Because it just reminds me of what the key thing about Slayer that I don't like is that the solos are just gibberish.
I actually have not heard Slayer or Anthrax. I've missed out on 2 of the big 4. I am a complete poser when it comes to heavy metal. Never listened. I've only heard the Anthrax song that was with
in California. Slayer is huge. They have like
they're from here.
Yeah. Well, we
from our hometown.
We practice at the studio.
Yep.
When I was working at AM/PM, Kerry King used to come into my work, and I'd have to give him free sodas. Yeah, the manager said you have to give him free sodas.
But they've got some of the biggest following and the most dedicated following I think I've ever seen. Don't ever say, but not say that you never listened.
Yeah, no. I would never diss them. I just haven't heard them. Yeah, I can't possibly know.
It's wild. They're some of the loyalist fans I think I've ever seen. Anthrax is cool live. I'll just say that.
Yeah, I only know their song with Public Enemy.
Check out the song "Disciple" from Slayer. I think that's a good one to introduce you to.
Disciple, and I heard Raining Blood before. I think that Finn McKenty talked about like how important that song was for Slayer. All right, on to the next part here. I'm going to say, I want to throw a random one out there. So, what is everyone's favorite childhood TV show?
South Park, and because I wasn't allowed to watch it.
South Park's amazing.
I had to do the whole like change the channel thing, so I'd have Simpsons on one channel and South Park on another. Yeah, dude, my mom would come in. She's like, "Do I hear Cartman in there?" No. It's a commercial.
Bart.
No.
It's Bart.
It's Bart, Mom. What are you talking about? She's like, "You better not be watching South Park in there." And then my brother would watch South Park in there, and she'd be like, "You better not be in there watching it with him." I was. 100%.
Under the blanket.
Yeah. What about you, Ray?
Okay, so funny enough, I wasn't allowed to watch Simpsons. So I didn't even know what South Park was when I was a child. I wasn't allowed to watch The Simpsons because my mom hated that Bart called his dad Homer instead of Dad. So I was like, having the volume super low, like right up to the TV. And when she'd come, I'd change it. That was the show I changed it on. My favorite childhood show, though, oh God, Pokemon's definitely up there. I would like race home from school to watch it at like 3:00 every day.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I think it was on at 3. When they moved it to 3:30, I'm like, okay, I can breathe. Yeah, because that was, you got to watch the shows when they came on when we were kids. And
Mhm.
I didn't have DVR and I didn't have cable forever because it was expensive. But yeah, I didn't watch a whole lot, but I really liked Pokemon. Oh, yeah, of course. You had to watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! The whole lineup.
Mm-hmm. Did you like Digimon or did you just discount that one?
Okay, my sister was I would watch it, but I would get confused by it. And I'm like, Pokemon's better. Pokemon's always better.
Yeah.
Plus I still know all the theme songs for all the seasons. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I'd say that's probably. But eventually, my South Park thing, funny enough, I remember my dad. I was like 8 years old watching a cartoon. Aren't you too old for cartoons? And then I was 18, 19. Me and Katie were watching South Park. And he's like, God, aren't you too old for cartoons? And then he starts watching. And he's like, oh, shit. And he got into it because it was the heavy metal episode. And he loved heavy metal. And he's like, do you guys even understand these references? Now, my dad watches it religiously. It's hilarious. But he's just watching. He's just like, oh, my God.
Speaking of South Park, I was going to say, have you seen the Chim Pokemon episode?
Oh, yeah.
That shit's so funny. All right, Mario.
I think for me, I was trying to rack my brain right now, and I know it's really hard, but the two ones that kind of stuck out for me were X-Men, the animated series. Yes. And then Angry Beavers. Remember Angry Beavers?
I loved Angry Beavers.
Dude. Norbert. Montalvo. Remember the one where they're the horror film in the castle? He's like, Montalvo.
I have no idea what this show is.
Look up Angry Beavers. It's just literally about two brothers or two beavers who are brothers.
Beaver brothers.
Beaver brothers.
Two Beaver brothers.
And they live and they exist and they get into like a lot of adventures and there's hijinks and one's a really goofy know nothing at all type brother. The other one's like a no nonsense type elegant / swagger.
Wait, was this like the structure for Pinky and the Brain?
I know, I was thinking that too when you said Pinky and the Brain.
That sounds so
They were
close.
a little more like young, I'd say. Where Brain
okay.
was very,
You can't, but I was also thinking you can't leave out Jackie Chan Adventures.
I love Jackie Chan.
Oh my God.
Channel 5?
Yeah.
Jackie!
Oh my Jackie.
One more.
That's awesome, man. Oh,
I rewatched that when I was at Cal State Northridge, and I was just like, I'm gonna watch it. I watched all the episodes, all the seasons at 24 years old.
Good.
Such a good show.
So good. And of course, like Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, and all that, of course, for sure.
Awesome.
Digimon too. The theme song was kind of hard. Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon, all the champions. It was kind of hard.
Dude, you picked that up instantly. What a memory. All right, Raul, best for last. Show me some amazing shows that you remember.
No, so me when I was like about 5 or 6 years old, I didn't know what anime was, like Japanese animation, but I would be up late at night on Cartoon Network during Adult Swim on the nights they would play anime. So I actually ended up growing up with a lot of anime. I didn't know it was anime. I was like 6 or 7 years old.
Pokemon was a cartoon. It wasn't an anime.
Yeah, Pokemon was just a cartoon. Same thing with Yu-Gi-Oh. It wasn't an anime to me. It was just because it was very Western animation. So To me, it was like it's a cartoon, but
Were you a Dragon Ball kid?
no, I wasn't actually.
What were you?
I was an Inuyasha kid and Trigun. Inuyasha, Trigun, Big O,
Okay.
Cyborg 009.
What? I was expecting
Yeah.
Bleach.
Robot Chicken or something.
Afro Samurai, I think that was a show or
Oh
something
no,
like
Samurai
that.
Champloo. That's
Yeah,
the
Samurai
first one that
Champloo.
came to mind. Well, the Wu-Tang Clan. One of their
Oh.
members was actually the producer and writer on the soundtrack for that anime.
Are you talking about like
Be-
Method Man?
No,
I told you he's called
No.
Wiki.
yeah, RZA was the one who was involved with it because one of the themes of that anime was because the second word in the name title shampoo is actually a spin-off word in Japanese that means to mix up. So the actual name of the anime is Samurai Mixtape. And there's this like hip hop kind of rap kind of theme that goes along with the show.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I grew up watching that one
That's
too.
good.
Ghost in the Shell, another classic one
Mm.
that I grew up watching.
Did you like the movie?
I haven't seen it because Ghost in the Shell was one of those weird ones when I was a kid. It was very deep, so I didn't understand like the social or political aspects
Got it.
to it. There's another of course Neon Genesis Evangelion,
That was a good
classic one,
Yeah.
which a lot of people don't understand. There's no deep meaning to that anime.
I thought there was.
The creators have already put it out there. There's no deep meaning to it. It is what it is. What you see is what you get.
That's so crazy.
Alien robots.
That's so crazy, dude.
Did you like Samurai Jack?
Yes. Even
That
the
was
new
like
one.
that was Western, I guess, animation. I think that was on regular TV, and then they changed it to Adult Swim later on.
Yeah. No, the new one they switched it over to, or was only on, freaking Adult Swim because they went with a darker, more mature kind of aesthetic to it. 'Cause
That makes
the
sense.
original one had no blood in it.
Oh, really?
There was like indication, like if Jack had like a cut, you'd see like a little red squiggly line on him, but that was it.
So they avoided the gore aspect, the blood aspect, but they kept the chopping people in half. Incredible how that works. That's just like the real human body. That's crazy. But that's awesome. I would say that I am a humongous Power Ranger fan. I loved Power Rangers
we
since
all?
I was
Oh,
a
yeah.
kid. And I can say I watched more of that show than any show ever. Like I think I own them 20 seasons? No, 16 seasons. So yeah, a lot of time with it
Yeah.
and a lot of stories and understanding of like live action superheroes before the MCU is a thing, before the DCEU is a thing. So I always go back to that and I'm like, guys, you think the best crossover was the Avengers? You didn't see when In Space teamed up with Lost Galaxy. That's what I'm talking about.
Or do you remember when the Power Rangers teamed up with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? I forget
Yes.
what season that
In
was.
Space.
That was in space?
Yes.
I
And they
remember
were
that.
evil. And they didn't have which one? They were missing a turtle. They had the girl turtle at that time, the one with the light blue mask. Can't remember her name.
What?
I don't remember a girl turtle.
It's right here.
So hold on, let me get this real quick. Let me show you something.
He had that ready.
I did. Nope, it's not on the movies. Okay, so it must have been a TV show thing. But yeah, they replaced one of them with a girl, and it was like
Leonardo.
Oh, that
probably, yeah, probably.
would suck. Leonardo's my favorite. Why wouldn't they get rid of like what?
Donatello.
Yeah, Donatello, dude.
Did they just make April like accidentally get into some goo and then turn her into a turtle, or what?
Come on her, dude. You're one of us now.
Turtle.
Did you guys see the new Ninja Turtles movie?
Oh. I don't think so.
The one that Seth Rogen made.
Yeah.
You made one?
Yeah, it's like claymation kind of thing, and like
I heard it was really good. I heard it got good reviews.
Mhm.
But I didn't
Seen
see
it.
it.
I did not see it either.
I never got into Ninja Turtles, but I was told by a lot of the fans that they love it. So it's really cool to check out if you've grown up with the Ninja Turtles and love the crossover in Power Rangers like Raul.
I might want to check it out. Yeah.
If it's anything like across the Spider-Verse,
It's exactly like that with the animation
heck
style. Yeah.
Heck yeah. Mhm.
It's just gross out more. So it's going to be like this weird sewer kind of like Everybody just looks ugly. I'll tell you that. The turtles look cool, but like everything else is just like, that is not how I would want to see humanity. But I guess that is the whole message of it, is that the real ugly ones are the ones judging the turtles.
That's deep.
That's deep, bro. All right. Let's jump into your discography, since we've talked about all incredible bands that we know, some of your favorite sounds, and some of the sounds that you guys have created on your own music. What is the most exciting song that you've made together so far?
Okay, so what do you mean by exciting? Like to
Like-
write or to play?
Play, I would say play. Yeah. Let's do live performance. Like, what is the one that like the crowd just goes crazy for?
People love Borderline.
Hell yeah.
People absolutely love Borderline.
Yeah. Okay, so I remember your reaction to Borderline, and I remember at the end you were like, "Okay, okay," like you kept waiting for it to end.
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Okay, that's up till, well, I don't know if it's still going to be, but up till now, that's been our closer. So can you imagine that dragging out? And Fan is saying much more.
Yeah.
She's singing like this alone thing, and like, one more time, you know, the whole thing. And then he does his scream and goes as long as he can without passing out. And he passed out in the studio with that song. It was
Oh,
great.
no.
It was a great time. And we have video.
Now we have some video.
Yeah, we'll
You
send
have
that
video footage?
Oh shit! I had locked my knees. I hadn't eaten 4 hours,
He's a dum dum.
and yeah, combine those two things, and
He went. I remember the breath because he's screaming, "Ah!" And he like disappeared, like what, roll, and we hear this, and he got so lucky he didn't hit any of the cabs in there.
Oh
And
my
we
God.
had a friend in there, and he was actually video recording for footage. He's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And you wake up, and I've never heard you say the F word as much as you did. You thought you were waking up. And
oh, I thought I was waking up in the game fucking Bioshock, because I was like just, you know how Bioshock has that
like
like
Big Daddy?
brownish hue to everything. When I was coming to, I was like so disoriented, and because of the lights inside of the booth were like brown, I thought I was waking up like.
Yeah, he's like, "What that just happened? What the bleep just happened? What the bleep just happened?" We're like, "Dude, you're good." And he was only out for like 30 seconds. But anyways, that's a huge one for us because he screams really, really long. We hold it
programmed.
Yeah, that the scream you hear on the album, on the song, sorry, is that scream.
Yeah.
It's
Hell
like-
yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, that I do go crazy for. I've been really, really loving this song when we haven't released yet, called Release to Reclaim. The more we played it, the more I love it. And I've always liked the song. It's just got this really moving beat. It's a lot like Diffuse Default.
My favorite.
And people, yeah, I know. And I will say Diffuse Default is a really fun one to play. We tend to get people want to like circle on that song. So
Oh, nice.
but there's this song Release to Reclaim, which is going to be one of the ones we'll be releasing soon. It's that one's really fun. I noticed people like to move to that, and it's got a really cool like breakdown, upbeat thing going on, and I think Mario makes it more fun too. Yeah, the drums. Dylan likes to play a lot with beats sometimes, and he really plays with that song. So, my opinion.
Oh no, you're good.
I would say, oddly enough, even though it's not a hype song, there's a part in Lighthouse where Katie and I have this like syncopated like rhythm underneath the solo, and it just, oh my, every time that part comes up, I'm just hoping me and Katie are locking eyes and we'll do some like syncopated movement with our body, because like the oh my God, it's just like the best part of that song for me. It's just so simple but so effective, man.
Because they're the only ones doing that too. Because he's
Yeah.
soloing, I'm just holding out some strings.
Mm.
I mean, Fan do a little dance, but yeah, I get you. That's a cool part.
Is that like harmonic chords there?
No.
Or are you guys synchronized?
No, it's
I think I'm doing like thirds. Fourths. Is it fourths? fourth and fifth.
It's the rhythms that they're doing that they have fun with, I think.
Ah, okay. Rhythms.
Yeah.
Rhythms.
I'm a big rhythm guy.
Well, that's good. You want to be a backup drummer?
It's helpful for me to pick a song because I like them for different reasons. Well, in terms of either the guitar parts or the vocal parts. Like I really like Diffuse because of the back and forth means and Fan have on there, but I like Shattered, and I know I know it's kind of a cop out for me to pick Shattered just because of how involved I am vocally and lyrically on that song. But that's just that final breakdown, just that down. It's like the toughest breakdown we have. Kind of like Diamond Eyes. I can kind of hear that.
What song do you guys start out with usually on your set?
Diffuse Default.
Late.
Hell yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, because we want something to slap you in the face with. Like, hey, you're awake, right?
That would do it. Oh my gosh.
Or
but the
there's
chorus.
a song that, like, you know, when you're outside.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit, who's that? And it makes you walk inside. You know, like you just drop whatever, like people smoking or doing whatever.
Mhm.
We want something to make you come back inside or hurry up in the bathroom.
Gotcha.
That was the goal. There are ladies present. Just kidding. I really don't care. Yeah, that's the fun end. Trigger Happy though is really good too.
Trigger Happy is really cool because it's very different.
He hasn't heard Trigger. So we have some songs we haven't released, and I'll be completely honest. Part of it is financial. It does take a lot of money to get stuff produced because you get what you pay for, right? And yeah, we have these songs that are completed, released to Acclaim, and Trigger Happy. And there's a song Trigger Happy, and it moves, and it's so cool. It's
really
like,
bouncy.
Got this, the beginning's kind of proggy with this rhythm. It's really neat, and then it goes into this two-steppy thing, and it's just really fun.
Oh yes.
So those two songs.
It's like prog, and then it goes like
thrashy,
like thrash punk kind of a thing. Yeah,
Dylan wanted it to be thrash.
I love it.
So I'm excited to release those, and then we have Mario's that we're working on. Well, the first one of yours that we're working on right now. I need to write to it. It's very chromatic, and it's very
different for what we write.
And I like it. But we want to still, because like I said in the beginning, we created this band because we wanted our vision to be seen, to be heard, unheard, unseen. Yeah. But more than that, we wanted to feel like we could collaborate with other things too, but that still lined up with the vision we had. And it doesn't mean that it has to be the same vision, right? It doesn't have to be the same sound. And Mario brings a totally different sound, but we're able to weave it into what we have and to grow, right? Because we don't want to stick. Like if you listen to The Call, which I know you kind of haven't, or if you even listen to Borderline and then you listen to Shattered or Diffuse, like they're very different, or Lighthouse actually.
Yes.
And what Mario brings to that, he brings a lot of movement. He brings a lot of fun. Not so serious sometimes, and I love that. And it's wait till you see us on stage. It's so much fun.
I'm totally looking forward to that. Yeah. Oh my God. Are you guys planning on touring around the Midwest area anytime soon?
Well, now that you say it, we're gonna have to work that in now, huh?
Yeah. I've always wanted to go to Chicago.
Bring us to your town, man.
Yeah. We want to go Chicago.
Deep dish pizza all day.
Portillo's in Chicago. You know?
Portillo's. I said it wrong. We had a friend. We have a friend from Chicago, and there's a Portillo's out here, and I always called it Portillo's because Southern California.
Yeah.
And he's like, it is Portillo's. he got very, and he was right. I was wrong. I was very wrong.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go to Chicago. I've always wanted to go
Chicago.
I always want to go to open air. I've never been able to do that, but.
Man, when we had open air, it was so cool. I think that they canceled it a couple of years ago, and I think it was before the pandemic. But it was something where it was just not bringing in the crowd as much, even though we were getting humongous names there. Like I think we had like Ozzy Osbourne, Five Finger Death Punch, Rob Zombie, like something like that. It was like a huge lineup, and I thought that would bring in more people, but instead everyone was like Lollapalooza, indie pop, woo, EDM, yay!
It's just taking over. EDM, yeah, it's our battle, our constant battle, right?
Well, Coachella is amazing. That's like well known. Yeah, Lollapalooza, same, but they have Lollapalooza in other countries too. I think there's one in Brazil or something like that when it's not in Chicago. It's pretty crazy.
That's true.
It was actually my first show ever. I saw Eminem at Lollapalooza. Yeah.
I went to what was that Kiss FM one? Wango Tango. I also went to
Tango
Wango Tango,
Tango.
and I saw it was like those people. It was yeah, I went to Wango Tango. Rihanna played at Wango Tango. This is before she made she made money, but not like the money she makes now. We would love to tour. Just again, I hope we can. I would love to.
Now,
as soon as we do come out there, we'll.
You guys did play the Whiskey A Go-Go, right?
Yep.
And that's one of your, I think, Diffuse Default had the concert footage for that.
And also our House of Blues footage.
That wasn't.
Oh, it was a mix of both.
Yes.
Yes.
If you look at the clothing changes. I know it's hard to look at because it's all.
Yeah, I barely noticed the details like that. It's so hard to figure out if I'm supposed to watch the video, listen to the music, see the expression, or understand the lyrics. There's so many things that you have to look for. Yeah. And I only watch reactions once. I mean, I only watch videos once that I react to. So
yeah, that makes sense because you're reacting, right?
Exactly.
That video in particular was live footage, recorded sound, but live footage from us at the Whiskey and at the House of Blues in Anaheim.
The slow-most part is like the most standout, awesome thing I've ever seen. Like it just worked, and it was like the breakdown part too.
It was.
It worked.
It did. It worked. It was very cool. It was just someone did that on their phone. Oh, she's crying. Someone did it on their phone. I was like, we have to just throw it in there. So it's pretty fun.
All right. Before we finish, because this is the time that I usually would finish an interview, I will say you guys have been absolutely amazing, and I want to help you out in every possible way that I can. So let me know what I need to tell all of your awesome fans to go to. What website, what social media?
I would say Instagram. We have a link to our link tree in our bio, which has a link to our Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. Ticket information, music videos, show links,
and eventually merch, because that's something we're trying to work on is online merch, and that's kind of tricky.
Yep.
With profits, otherwise you make like $2 a shirt. So eventually merch will be on there as well. But yeah, I'd say Instagram, because one of us will respond to you quickly. If you want to just be like, hey, we really like you, or hey, where can I get a shirt, or hey, when's your next show, or the link tree, which is useful. So I'd say Instagram is probably the quickest, but as we said, all those other things.
Awesome.
What's the handle? Oh, it's Scarlet Siren Music. Thank you, Mario. Instagram, just search Scarlet Siren Music.
And also listen to us on Spotify.
Always. Yeah.
Listen on all music platforms, and check the description to see all of their links, which is with that link tree. Yes. I'll make sure that everybody knows where everyone is supposed to be looking. But before we go, I want to know, is there any questions that you guys have for me that are like super exciting things? I'm super excited to answer.
When's you getting married?
Hopefully on summertime, but I have to find a place first.
I want to know where we can find your hidden hip hop tracks and rap tracks.
They're on cassette tapes.
Oh, there we go.
You gotta put that online, dude.
Yeah, I don't have any way of digitally transferring, but I do have my lyrics.
Okay. We could remake it right now.
I love that. I think
I won't put you on the spot.
No, I think I have my lyrics.
Oh,
well, you gotta spit some rhymes real quick.
Yes.
Everything falls. That's how it goes. This is my journal set.
I was really confused on what that was.
No bag of tricks.
So I'll show you the madness.
The lyrics on like stockings or something.
Right. Mario, when he brings it out, you gotta drop a beat, dude.
So this is how I used to write raps.
Oh, heck yeah.
Whoa.
That's awesome.
And then I have pages on pages with like all kinds of rhyme schemes with like little tiny slashes between, so I know which one rhymed with what. I followed the same thing that Eminem did in his autobiography, The Way I Am. My own rap symbol was B with a little $ in the middle. My last name is Busek. My rap name was Busexy.
Hey.
Had some album artwork there. My favorite one I created was called Snow Globe. Let me find that one. There we go.
You gotta like digital do this.
Wow. That snowman has guns.
Yes, he does. He's a thug. He's a thug. But yeah, a lot of people were like, "You're too white to rap," and I was like, "I'm gonna use that as Eminem did in 8 Mile. I'm just gonna put that as my ultimate thing to say fuck you back."
Sweating knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already.
Let me just let's grab 8 Mile. Why not?
There you go.
There you go.
This video is sponsored by.
So yeah, of course. Universal Music Group is taking down your video for copyright.
I got one more question for you.
Yep.
What is your favorite Scooby-Doo movie?
Oh, that's because of the shirt.
Yeah.
Hands down, it's got to be the Zombie Island one or the what?
Oh, with
Yeah.
with that chick rock band.
Yes,
Yeah.
Dude, I love that one.
that was
That was like my dude.
one.
That black haired one. That was like my first girlfriend, dude. 100%.
Is that the one with Scrappy doing it?
no. It
I don't
was
think so.
it was the first, I believe, of the what's this specific one, which is Scooby Doo. Where are you? I think it was the first one where they didn't have a face reveal. And this is a big spoiler for everybody. They didn't have a man behind a mask situation. They tried to get the mask off, and they realized it was actual zombies.
Yeah, I thought that was so scary as a kid. I'm like, no way.
Exactly, because you couldn't believe it. You're like, no way, Scooby Doo can't possibly break the formula. That's like Power Rangers not having a Megazord fight at the end of the show.
Yeah.
They're going to growing big every single episode. Yeah, it was awesome though.
Yeah.
Good question with the Scooby Doo. I love Scooby Doo. I think that's also one of my favorite shows, and I would say Tom and Jerry as well. Got me into classical music.
Yes, I love that. It's funny. I showed it to my nephews, and they like latched onto it.
Oh yeah,
And I think it made my nephew more destructive, though.
He's all chasing your other nephew with a hammer.
whatever you do,
He
make
picked
sure.
up a hatchet the other day.
Okay.
That's very dangerous.
He would, and then he went to it. I went. "Ah!"
I was gonna say, make sure that they don't ever see what was the Tom and Jerry on The Simpsons? Is it Ren and Stimpy?
Oh,
No.
no.
Oh, Itchy and Scratchy.
Itchy and Scratchy. That's it. Ren and Stimpy's a TV show.
That's a show. I don't think I put my.
I loved Ren and Stimpy. What are you
Raunchy
talking
one.
about?
It's funny. I watched that on Hulu. There's the Orange Couch or whatever, the Orange Years, right? It talks all about Nickelodeon. It's a documentary about the history of Nickelodeon. It's really cool, actually, and it brings back some of the actors, but also the people, the creators of the shows,
And like,
and they talk about those early days of Nickelodeon, and they just were trying to talk to the kid and wanting to break all the rules. Like with Ren and Stimpy, they wanted to go after like the gross part of a kid, like the weird. This isn't right because kids weren't right.
Yeah,
Yep.
unfortunate though. The guy that made Ren and Stimpy ended up being a P word. Yeah.
was it him? Was it Dan Schneider?
No,
Because that
but
was also a P word.
Yeah. I watched that documentary on YouTube. That
That
one
guy
was
needs
pretty
help.
crazy.
Serious
He
help.
loves feet, and it's messed up, man.
Oh, yeah.
He's a big foot guy. And it's weird, dude.
Changes your whole
That conversation
perspective.
in South Pass.
Sorry, dude.
But anyways,
Actually,
yeah.
I do have a question for you, Dan, because you
Yep.
said you're a big Power Rangers guy.
Hell yeah.
How do you feel about Power Rangers SPD? Because I remember a lot of people hating it.
I was obsessed with collecting the toys, so I would have all of like their special weapons that combine, and I thought SPD had like the coolest weapons, and I like that they all had guns again. They hadn't had that since like Lightspeed Rescue. So I was like, okay, cool, this is awesome. I like this. And then I realized now as an adult, my friend was talking about this with me because I was like, should I get SPD? He's like, actually, it's not worth it because even the Dino Thunder crossover episode doesn't have Tommy in it. Like, it doesn't even have his voice or anything.
Oh, Jason David Frank.
Yeah, and rest in peace. I met him last year. He was an absolutely amazing dude, and yeah, it was too soon. But I could say SPD as a whole, the season's fine. It's not anything too special. I really liked whenever they would cross over from the Blue Rangers perspective to talk about his father, and I liked that the SWAT team had in-space helmets. That was like the only thing that was kind of cool about it. The rest of the time, it was kind of hard to follow and realize that their stupid dog commander was going to become a Silver Ranger. That's kind of cool. I was like really excited to see the Shadow Ranger, and I was like, oh man, it's the blue dog head dude, of course. And if you guys haven't seen Power Rangers, then you're like totally lost right now.
Fun fact about Power Rangers: the
Okay.
first movie.
Yes.
The first movie. That's how I got introduced to Van Halen. Because my parents didn't really show me lots of Van Halen or anything. There it is. It was the very end, and I had the VHS as a kid, and I would hear this song. Oh, and I'm like, I loved the song, and I couldn't remember what it was. I didn't know the name of it. We didn't have, like, what's that song back then? Oh my god,
Deluxe.
Turns out it's the song from Van Halen, Dreams. I dated this guy who was obsessed with Van Halen, and he was playing it, and he played this song. I'm like, go back to that song. That's it. And I was 17, and I watched that when I was like 9, and I was like, that's the song. I can't. Anyways, it's the song Dreams from Van Halen. Is at the very end of that movie when they're watching the fireworks.
Yeah.
That's how I got introduced to Van Halen. I didn't know what it was, but I loved the song, and I thought about it for like 15 years. And finally, I was like, that's the song.
I never knew the song Blood Brothers from Papa Roach, and it was on Pro Skater 2, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. Yep. And so I always heard it, and I was like, oh, this is Papa Roach. And that was much later down the line, and I was like, I'm like, this song, this is that song. That's that song from the.
You can picture yourself playing the game, right? God,
yes. Yeah. Oh my god, every time. And now that the game's been remastered, I was so happy. I like zoomed through that so fast, but only as Tony Hawk. I still have to play as every other character. Good times. All right. Any more questions before I go?
I think we're chill.
Oh, sweet. Awesomeness.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. You guys were amazing. I really appreciate all the conversation, and I will try to figure out the bonus things that we're going to have in there. I liked when I had Mario and Raul sitting down by themselves. I was like, oh, that's actually great. And then we started randomly promoting both you guys and my podcast and Jason Vilches. I was like, oh, this is perfect. Just everyone combining everything. This is exactly the way I wanted it to go from the start, is that we are all promoting all the best, and you guys are the best for doing that. You're amazing. Your music's amazing. I'm so happy with all of the people that have been able to see the reaction. If you haven't already, go and check it out in the description right down below. I promise you it's 100% worth it. I had so much fun. And before we go, I gotta say, we gotta count down to the Happy New Year. This is gonna be super duper fun because it's so early in the year. But yeah, we gotta do it because it's gonna come out on New Year's Day. Happy New Year! Woo! All right, guys. Thanks again for watching. I hope all of you guys have an awesome night and stay safe out there. Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to the Media Man Dan podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to like and subscribe. Thanks for listening. Have an awesome day and stay safe out there. Peace.